Welcome to Firearms of America. Today I am back here at Shooters to do some gun reviews, and today I have two 9mm handguns. One is from Magnum Research and a very interesting one, Zigana by Tisas, the Turkish firearms manufacturer. So let's start with the Turkish one, see what it can do. This is Zigana PX9 chambered in 9mm. Let's do some shooting, see what it has to offer. All right, so Zigana PX9. Never shot a Turkish gun before. Do have a few firearms related products, Turkish products, some shoulder holsters specifically. Pretty good quality, I have to say. So we will see if they are as good with pistols as they're good with the accessories. Now, first things first, magazine. Not so easy to load. I'm not very impressed with the overall feel of it. The spring feels a little bit too tight on it, and just the loading itself, sliding in the cartridge, feels a little bit weird. I'm a complainer though, so keep that in mind. But the capacity is very impressive. It's 15, and you probably already noticed there are the holes on the back of it to tell you how many rounds you have in there. I have to say I am not impressed with this magazine at all. I will keep, usually I start with like 5 rounds, but I'll try to get it all the way to 10 rounds just so that I can complain a little bit more. Now, Tisas, Turkish firearms manufacturer, pretty new on the market. They've been doing pretty new, doing it since 1993, so I guess that's already 27 years. Maybe not that new, but still pretty new compared to a lot of others. And they got into the manufacturing of firearms due to high demand in I guess that area. Now a lot of law enforcement, military, they use some of the stuff that is being manufactured by Tisas, and they even have a 1911 model, which I'm very curious to check out one day. Hopefully have an opportunity to do that. So got 10 rounds, let's do some shooting. Now this is a 4.5 inch barrel, should be handling the recoil pretty well. Chambered in 9mm, should be pretty good, but we will see. All right, so I will start as usual with that orange square right there. All right, well, it's pretty good. You can see that there is a loaded chamber indicator here on the back, which is a very nice safety feature. I do like it. All right, let's do some shooting, and we'll see what we can do. So as you can see, it didn't lock the slide back on the last round. Let me do another round, just one, and see if it does lock it back. All right. Didn't lock the slide. Let me do one more, just to be sure. Unfortunately, this is the only model that we have here in the store, so we can't really compare and see if this is a malfunctioning gun or if this is just the way it's supposed to be and it doesn't lock the slide back. Nope, it does not lock the slide back on the last round, which is a little bit strange. I've never seen anything like that except for one case with a less bare 1911 that I have been reviewing, and that particular model actually had a known issue with slide not locking back on the last round. But but we have discovered it here. I will do some more research. I will put it in the description, in the video description below, if it is a known issue or is it just a design, which a little bit is weird, but we'll find out. But overall, a few things that I wanted to point out. I do like it a lot how it handles the recoil. I think it handles recoil very, very well. As you can see, even without really trying, my group was really, really good. I expected way more recoil, considering that this is a 4.5 inch barrel, you know, fairly compact size. But let's get into a few details here and there. So, first of all, the mag release works flawlessly, very good. Not impressed with the magazine, but getting the magazine in, taking the magazine out, the mag release itself, which is not ambidextrous, keep that in mind, works very, very well. Now, the slide release, as you can see, it does not work unless there is an actual round. And let me do another round just to demonstrate. So, slide release locks without the magazine. Now, with the magazine, it does not. However, if there is a round in the magazine, it does. So keep that in mind. Oh, it did lock this time. Very good. I'm glad I shot this one out. So, looks like in this particular case, we do have a malfunctioning firearm. It does not lock back whenever it needs to. Now, there can be a few different reasons. It might have to do with the slide release, sometimes not locking back in place. We will take a look and see what the problem is. But other than that, the slide itself is fairly tight. Now, I wanted to point out the feature that I said in the beginning that indicated the loaded chamber. It's not really the loaded chamber indicator, because as you can see in this case, the chamber is empty. However, it does indicate, so it's more of a cocked gun indicator and not the loaded chamber, because now it's not, and still loaded, not loaded, but cocked, and the indicator shows that there's something in there. I do like the sides. They are very straightforward, nothing crazy over here, just a regular 3-dot sight. Front side lines up perfectly with 2 rear post sides, and I do like that a lot. The slide itself and overall build quality is pretty good. It doesn't wobble around. Now, let's talk a little bit about the trigger. The trigger, I think, is pretty good on this gun. As you can see, there is fairly a lot of familiar travel, probably about 4.5 millimeters here. And then we have probably about 2 millimeters of unsure travel, and then a very crisp snap. I do like it a lot. Very, very good trigger. I kind of wish that there was a little bit of less of that safe travel, but if you are the type of person that does not like to rely on the safety, which there is a thumb safety in this firearm, which is not very easy to engage. Nope, yep, not very easy to engage, but there is one which basically locks the firing pin in place. If you're not if you're not the type of person that uses the thumb safety, you're gonna like that trigger, because it has that decent amount of travel kind of as a safety feature on its own. So let me do a few more rounds through this pistol. We'll see if it locks the slide back this time, and we will try to come up with the reasonable conclusion for this gun. Now, you're probably, looking at this gun, you're probably thinking, I've seen it somewhere. And you're right. Yes, you have definitely seen this gun before. This is actually based off a Springfield XD. Yep, And I actually just shot that firearm probably about a week ago for review on this channel. So if you're interested to check that gun out, you definitely can find it uploaded on this channel. And I really was impressed with that gun. Now, compared with that gun, obviously this is a much cheaper version. The MSRP is just under $300, $299, which really is a $300, but still nice to save $1. $299, which is pretty good, and that's the MSRP, so you'll probably be able to find it even cheaper, about $250. But now I do have some 7 rounds. Let's do some last 7 rounds. We will try to come up with a conclusion. Hopefully it locks back in place this time, and this time I'll try to, let's see, I'll try to get that orange on the bottom. Orange circle on the bottom. See if I'm that good. Oh. Yes. Yes. Haha. Not too shabby. And looks like it actually locked in place this time. And let me put another round through it just to see if it locks back in place. Just kind of curious. Nope, didn't lock back this time. Definitely something wrong with this particular firearm, but it should. Now we know that it should definitely lock back in place, and this is not a design of that firearm that way. Overall, I do like this gun. Like I said, I did like the Springfield XD, so this is based on it. So if you like that particular gun and if you want to save money, this is a pretty good option. Of course, if you get it without any malfunctions. It's built nicely. The trigger is great. I do wish there was a little bit more aggression on the grip. I do wish that the mag release was ambidextrous. One of the reasons being because the thumb safety is actually ambidextrous. So whenever you make a thumb safety ambidextrous, I kind of don't see the reason not to make everything else ambidextrous, you know, for people, for lefties. So overall, I do like this gun. Like I said, it's built nicely. I do like the slide. It is on the heavier side, the slide itself, but because of that heavier spring that is in here, and because of that heavier guide rod, you do have a very nice gun that handles recoil very well. So overall, Tisas Zigana Turkey, pretty good job.